How's it going, everybody? Lately I've been reading my personal training handbook from front to back that I got from one of my certifications back in like 2013. And pretty awesomely, the very first two chapters is all about the scientific literature surrounding the benefits of exercise. I found this very inspiring because I think most people, even myself, take the health benefits of exercise for granted. A lot of people just think of it as like being healthy and getting lean, losing body fat and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't realize that there's actually tangible benefits to exercise, and I'm going to explain some of them here in this video. So first of all, and this is based on meta-analysis, dozens of meta-analysis, dozens of clinical trials, repeated time and time again, have all found the same thing. So regardless of body fat percentage, exercise shows a dose-dependent relation to increase in health and longevity and health markers. So whether you're overweight or not, the more you exercise and the greater the intensity, the greater the health outcome. There's a dose-dependent response for exercise on health markers. So, and this is whether you have extra body fat or not. It's not the fatness that matters; it's the fitness. So, overweight individuals who engage in daily exercise, they gather all the health benefits within a short period of time, even though they're overweight. Now, obviously, losing body fat and having a low body fat percentage is a health benefit in and of itself, and it does, and exercise directly impacts your body fat percentage. But nutrition is the be-all, end-all of this. Exercise also increases your HDL level in the blood, and once you get an HDL level of about 60, you're at an extremely low risk of all-cause mortality. In fact, centenarians, one of the main similarities between all centenarians is they have blood levels of HDL 60 and above. And heart disease has actually been found to be extremely unlikely to happen to anyone who has an HDL level over 60. And I found plenty of case reports of people who have super low LDL when they have a heart attack, but they have low LDL or low HDL and high triglycerides. And exercise will directly lower triglycerides over time, raise HDL over time. Specifically, high intensity interval training and vigorous exercise and strength training will increase your HDL. Greater muscle mass actually increases your insulin sensitivity. You're also going to be burning through a lot of blood glucose, so helping keep your blood sugar levels down. Increasing insulin sensitivity will put you at a lower risk of diabetes, alongside burning off a lot of excess glucose. You're causing your body to burn through all of the disease-causing molecules like blood glucose and triglycerides. Let's see. And so, obviously, exercise also increases the functioning of your heart, the circulation, and tends to lower your risk of heart disease, lowers your risk of diabetes, and will help to reverse all of these once they happen. Greater muscle mass means less injuries as you get older, less hip fractures and things like that. Greater bone density. The stronger your muscles are, and the stronger your structure is, the stronger your bones, the stronger your joints, the greater of a resistance to impact. So you're less likely to break bones and get injured and things like that. More likely to be able to deal with daily routines. A healthier cardiovascular system, or greater fitness of cardiovascular system, will help you deal with the cardio requirements of physically demanding jobs, like working as a waiter at a restaurant, or any job that involves walking around or even just standing on your feet. Especially if you do corrective exercises like foam rolling and stretching and postural strengthening. This will help to remedy and prevent lower back pain from these more vigorous jobs, or even the demands of sitting all day and bad posture. So again, let's go back to dose-dependent response and what that means. So essentially, at the very basic level, some exercise is better than no exercise. But the more frequently you exercise, the greater the health benefits you're going to have. The greater the prevention of disease, the greater the remission of disease, and the better the health markers are going to be, the better the impact on HDL, triglycerides, and fasting blood glucose. So, exercising 3 days a week at a lower intensity is good. Exercising 5 days a week at a lower intensity is better. Exercising 3 days a week at a high intensity is probably better than all of those. Exercising 4 to 5 days a week at a high intensity is better than all of those. The more you exercise and the greater the intensity, the better the health outcomes. Now, here's the thing. If you do too much work at too much of an intensity too soon, without slowing your way, slowly progressing into it, you're likely to run into excessive fatigue, injury, and burnout pretty soon. Even high-performance athletes tend to work themselves too hard, which can cause excessive fatigue. It can cause irritation and mood problems. For some people who are doing calorie restriction, it can cause low thyroid hormone, which is why I personally follow better methods that don't involve starving yourself, which they do exist. So doing too much exercise too soon, especially if you're just starting, or you're overweight, or you have a low level of fitness, or if you're a powerlifter who never does cardio. I have plenty of friends who have no cardio, they have high triglycerides, and it's because their diet is crap. They don't do cardio, and all they do is like 5 sets of 3 deadlifts, 5 sets of 3 bench press, these heavy lifting that doesn't really tax their cardiovascular system long enough to produce better cardiovascular health and lower triglycerides, lower blood glucose. These people that just do like heavy lifting, like a couple times a week, they will not be able to suddenly do like a 16-mile bike ride and recover from it. They're going to be dying within 6 miles. And I myself just did a 16-mile bike ride about 4 days ago, 4 days ago. And Jesus, man, I've been tired ever since. I took the following day off. I took a light day the next day, and then today I did like heavy power cleans and clean and jerks, and I just felt so exhausted, so sore, so achy. The reason why is because I never do 16-mile bike rides. Typically I'll do 6 to 8 miles, and so my body reached failure. My heart reached failure. My legs were cramping up. I felt horrible after 8 miles. And long story short, I'm just saying, even me, who does MMA at a high level, I do all this stuff, I don't do that long-term endurance training stuff. I do short bursts of explosion over and over again for 3 rounds of 5 minutes. That's not the same thing as the whole bike ride. The 16-mile bike ride took me 2 hours. I don't know how I survived that, and I think that was probably a pathetic time, probably. But yeah, it was horrible. So all I'm saying is, the more exercise you do, the more vigorously, the better the health outcome. But be very moderate and slowly progress your way up there. Don't burn yourself out. So exercise is great. Lots of people think that, just walk, just do yoga, lifting weights is unhealthy. That's absolutely not true. High-intensity interval training and resistance training is the most effective way to lose body fat and gain muscle mass. It's the most effective way to optimize your hormonal profile. It's recommended to men who have low testosterone, and it's the most effective way of raising your HDL. Chronic cardio actually tends to have negative effects on hormonal profiles over time, but that's going to depend on the intensity, the frequency, and the degree of your athletic performance. It's just, if you're into holistic health, if you're in, you need to be paying attention to your nutrition, following the basic principles of nutrition, low glycemic load carbs, healthy fats, avoiding all junk, and obviously exercising, combining resistance training with high intensity interval training. If you're just a cardio bunny, probably not a good idea at the higher end. But if you're just starting out, like again, as long as you're doing something, the more exercise you do, the better off you'll be. So a little bit of exercise is great. A lot of low intensity exercise is way better, and then high intensity training consistently, frequently is even better. So yeah, awesome stuff. Let me know what you guys think down below. Ask your questions, and I'll talk to you on the next video.